Uh, oh, I
All
guess
right,
we just.
so we're
You want me to tell Joe we're shining?
yeah. All right. So before we get into anything, I'd just like to address something for those of you who end up watching this and wondering where Sam is. He will no longer be joining us due to issues pending from the former Team Four-Star group that Ark was in. I'm still in.
And I was a member of.
Yeah, and Sid was a member of. Shit got taken out of proportion. People got butthurt. Sam ended up booting us, and Ark requested not to come back. I was voted back by Ivan and the other admins due to them realizing that Sam was being a pretentious asshole. So I'm back. He's gone. I'm moving on from the situation.
And I'm banned from the group because I went out with a bang.
Saw that, by the way.
Well, if you're gonna get your say, then I'm gonna get my say. I just thought, hey, we're all friends here. I'm gonna tell a joke, and my joke got taken down. I ain't gonna say by who. And an eruption happened between the two of us, and I ended up blocking him. Then, I don't know, 1, 2 days later, I did a completely different joke. What was the joke? I said, homosexuals are so gay. I don't know if somebody got offended by this. I thought it'd be kind of obvious that, it's a joke. Got nothing. They are gay. They're so gay. They're the gayest. Homosexuals are the gayest motherfuckers on the planet, wouldn't you say? And next thing I know, I get banned from the fucking group. And I send John a message like, what the fuck just happened? And I find out that he's been banned. And I'm told that it was a decision made by Sam and Julie and nobody else.
Which kind of pissed off the other admins because they went.
Little secret for you all, we did all the admin shit diplomatic as fuck when we would do things. We wouldn't ban people unless if somebody wasn't doing something that was an obvious ban, like posting porn or posting stupid shit. If it was a dispute, we always put it to a vote. If it was an issue with somebody, we put it to a vote. If it was bringing an admin in, we put it to a fucking vote. But this time, just two of them decided, hey, fuck these two. One of them has been an admin for 3 years and is the most active admin out of all of them. One of the people making this decision might have been the owner of the creator of the fucking group, but she's also one of the least active admins. And Sam is just a backstabbing little ginger prick. So when I had it offered to me that they could fight for me to rejoin, I said, no, fuck that. And now we have TFS Outlaws, and we're just so much cooler over here.
Pretty much. I mean,
so Sam, if you're watching this, fuck you. May you sit in super glue, and may one of your balls cover your asshole, so every time you shit, it comes out like a Play-Doh play factory around the balls. And that's the last I have to say about it. Moving on.
Yep. So, for those of you who are from the other group and end up seeing this, because I know a lot of you are in that group still and check this channel for podcasts on occasion, we have a new group called TFS Outlaws, which me, Ark, and Sid, and Caleb Johnson are running right now. We only have 47 members right now, but that's pretty much enough to be able to restore this group back to the fun the other group had before people started to become butthurt all the time and not being able to take a joke, which only reason I was banned was because I stood up against Ivan deleting posts, and apparently people took that shit out of proportion, which he admitted he fucked up on and brought me back. Moving on. So go check out our new group. So,
Ivan, I'm sorry for exploding on you, but I still think you're a pretentious asshole fuckface. That's as good as you're going to get out of me.
Yeah.
Cairo, you're just stupid.
And also, should I introduce myself since I wasn't totally the most active member in the old group?
Yeah, this is Sid. He's a guy I know. He left by telling them all to shine his knob, so we made him the admin of our new group. He's a gun enthusiast and a pussy enthusiast. They say there's chubby chasers in the world. He's what I call a breathing chaser. As long as it's breathing, hunting it down, and trying to stick his cock into it.
Wow.
And he's quite good at it. This motherfucker gets... You fuck a different chick like every weekend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't know if that's exactly a good thing.
It is to him.
Hell, this weekend I managed to fuck 2 different chicks.
I mean, hell, diseases are a thing, but fuck it, you're gonna die of something, so you might as well fucking go out with a bang.
Have you caught crabs yet?
No.
He's good then. He's never even had crabs. The luck of the Irish or some shit. Are you Irish?
Part Irish.
There you go.
That explains a lot.
All right, so Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Sid here doesn't know about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is being whitewashed out of the history of the WWE.
Why?
Because he said nigger.
Stupid reason.
Yeah. Wasn't it even like an old ass tape?
It was from 2008, and I was talking to another one of my friends about this. We kind of agree with him being fired from the WWE, but to delete him from history altogether is kind of an insult to other people like Andre the Giant and people he fought at. Like,
I think it's...
and shit.
I'm not surprised they fired him, but trying to remove him from the Hall of Fame and removing his merchandise and removing all mention of him is bullshit. And at the same time, I bet you every single one of them motherfuckers says nigger on a day-to-day basis, but he got caught. That's the only difference there. I bet Vince says it all the fucking time.
I mean, hell, without Hulkamania, the WWE would be half of what it is now.
It wouldn't even be half. It wouldn't be anything. There'd still be territories.
Pretty much. I mean, the way I see it, I don't really care about him being fired, but when they removed him, it kind of came off as an insult to wrestlers like Andre the Giant, fucking Ultimate Warrior, people who he had a lot of impact in the history books with and shit. It's pretty much deleting the whole entire NWO, a lot of the history of WCW and shit as well, so...
And the sucky thing is, it was one of the last things Piper heard about before he died. Because right after because as far as I know, he and Piper were buddies, weren't they?
Yeah.
That would suck. That one of the last things you see is your boy. His fucking whole thing is just done. It just fucking came down and is flaming on the ground, being pissed on by Vince. But there's several employees of WWE who've been accused of being racist. Vince is one of them. That one fella, the older guy, he's got long blonde hair and a goatee. He used to be a wrestler, now he's a trainer, which, now that I think about that, doesn't really narrow it down for shit. That's a lot of dudes I just named off. Fuck.
I don't know his name. Is it Al Snow?
No, it's not Al Snow. It's an older dude than Al Snow. I'm talking like...
Only one I can think of that's older than Al Snow that was a wrestler with long blonde hair and a goatee is Diamond Dallas Page.
No, it's not him either. This dude might be pre-Hogan era. He looks pretty old.
Kevin Nash has long blonde hair and a goatee.
Not Kevin Nash.
I don't even think Kevin Nash is really...
It's not someone who's really a household name anymore. Fuck, he's in like all of those Monday Night Wars documentaries on the website. He's in, I swear to God, every single episode. Huh?
It's not Edge. Edge is too nice of a person to be coming across as a racist.
No, it's not Edge. I don't know, but this dude's been accused of being racist as fuck to several people, multiple times, and they ain't done fuck about him. The only difference with Hogan is that they have a tape from years ago, something he recorded when he was angry, probably, or he probably, he didn't record it. Someone recorded him while he was angry. So fuck it, I ain't gonna judge him.
I mean,
He doesn't seem to hate black people. He's never seemed to hate black people.
who are we talking about?
Hogan.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about this whole entire videotape thing is kind of fishy to me because it's coming right after word broke of his fucking sex tape and shit, and the people who fucking are trying to prosecute him for that sex tape and shit are the same people who uploaded that fucking video shit. So.
Speaking of which, what is this about a sex tape? There's been a Hogan sex tape for like 5 years.
Apparently, the company that made the sex tape are suing Hogan for slander and shit, and Hogan took him to court, and that same company who is suing him is the same company who leaked him saying the N-word, which kind of seems fishy to me at the point of time each of these things came across.
Well, all I know is that if some company is selling his sex tape, I'd be slandering the fuck out of them too, because that's not right.
Yep.
Shouldn't be able to sell someone's sex tape without their consent. If they have his consent, then fuck it. He should keep his mouth shut.
And if someone's selling my sex tape, they better be paying me a little cut of it because I was putting a hell of a performance on it.
Yeah, that's something y'all need to consider, though. All you poor Hulk Hogan people. It's Hulk Hogan. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cool the way people see him in the public eye now, but he has enough fucking money to say. He has enough money to fucking say "fuck you guys." I don't really care.
Yeah, he can retire and go jack off for the rest of his days. Just continuously beat off until his heart finally gives out. He won't. He'll probably. I mean, fuck. He might even wrestle again now that he doesn't have to work for Vince McMahon. Maybe he'll feel all energized. Because from what I understand, every single bit of evidence I've ever been shown is that Vince McMahon is a son of a bitch and he sucks to work for. And after you stop working for him, you feel like a great weight has been lifted off your shoulders. But they come back because he's got the most money.
Pretty much.
Which,
whole entire company has been just wacky the past few fucking months and shit. I mean, 2 months ago we fucking lost Dusty. This month we lost fucking Piper and shit. And in a way we also fucking lost Hogan. And then everything within the company is all out of fucking whack because seeing us back in the fucking title picture again. And
have they done anything with Sting?
Nope, not since WrestleMania. So that's just random.
Undertaker is back in the middle of the fucking year. I don't like that. I really, really don't like that Undertaker is still wrestling.
I mean, I can understand why they did it. It's fucking stupid in my opinion. The reasoning behind it is, I mean, I can understand it. He lost to Lesnar at WrestleMania, be it whether or not it was clean. That's not exactly the type of loss you just sit down and let go and forget without having to try having some form of fucking redemption before you go out. But I don't know.
I think that this is a stupid situation and it's booked terribly. He's coming off as a coward and a bitch and a fucking... You beat me and then you bragged about it, so I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh no, you know how I feel about them the way they treat fucking Seth Rollins. Because let's be honest, the past few weeks and shit when J&J hasn't been there and Kane's been gone, he's been putting on good matches other than the match with Lesnar where he got utterly destroyed. I'm not going to lie on that. He got raped in that match, but that's besides the point. I mean,
I want to know how many dicks he's sucking. I want to know if he's sucking just Vince's dick or if he's sucking Vince and Triple H's dick while letting Stephanie finger his asshole. Seth Rollins.
I don't really know.
He's a kid. He's just a fucking kid compared to everybody else in the company. He's fucking, but he's all on top, and he's staying on top, and he's staying on top despite the fact that he's not really able to do anything in the ring, and he's not really drawing the crowds very well anymore because people are getting sick of the fucking shtick he has already. And his moveset has been so limited that the fucking matches themselves are suffering.
If you watch the past couple weeks, though, ever since Kane and J&J left, he's actually been putting on better matches and doing a lot more in the fucking ring because he doesn't.
There is thing is too late.
But I don't even fucking know, honestly. I'm at the point to where I don't even care if he loses the title. I just don't want it to be to fucking John Cena. If he loses it to someone who actually deserves to have that title, I'd be completely fine with it.
Yeah, it would really suck if John Cena became president. President, champion.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably like John Cena as a president.
He would suck as a president. He would get us
more
killed.
than any other fucking person we could have.
This is true. This is true. This is starting to look like a presidential election out of idiocracy.
The fact that Donald Trump is leading the polls just makes me sad.
People are stupid. Fuck
Donald Trump.
This whole country is full of idiots, jack-offs, and fucking wackaloons.
But no, the whole entire company of WWE is just out of fucking whack. Because, I mean, reason I like Seth Rollins is because I've been following him for 12 years since before he came to WWE. I know what he can do in the ring, and I know for a fact the way they're treating him is not the way he is actually as a fucking wrestler, which pisses me the fuck off. So
I don't have that nostalgic feeling for him, and even with wrestlers who I do have nostalgic feeling for, I can tell when they're fucking up, and he's fucking up.
Yeah, well, way I see it, I can't exactly blame him for the booking decisions that WWE puts across.
See, I can, because that means he's not standing up for himself. Because he's just a kid, and the only reason they fucking are letting him have the title is because, I don't know, they owe him a favor, I guess. Because Cena would tell him to go fuck themselves. CM Punk even said Cena has the balls to tell Vince to go fuck himself when it comes to a stupid story.
I mean, Cena was the one who requested to have the feud with fucking Seth Rollins in the first place.
Big Show can probably tell Vince to go fuck himself. He just doesn't care anymore. Same for Kane. Undertaker, what the fuck does he want? More money? Does he not have enough money? That's all I can think of, because what else? Seriously, what else does he need? He's got wins on Brock Lesnar. This isn't going to be a WrestleMania match, so you're not avenging your match at WrestleMania. This is just, we have nothing better to do with Brock Lesnar right now.
Actually,
so we're going to dig up The Undertaker.
I don't think Undertaker has ever beaten Brock Lesnar.
I'm pretty sure he has in the past, back when Brock was new.
Yeah, I do remember there being Lesnar and Undertaker matches before.
They feuded quite a bit. I remember one of them, Lesnar pulled out a fucking fire extinguisher and like smacked it into
that one in the Hell in a Cell and shit. But I can't recall Taker ever winning one of those matches in the past either. I don't.
Well, even if he hasn't, it's even worse. Because it's like, dude, just fucking give it up, man. You're old as shit. That's why you keep losing. You're a 50-year-old man going up against a 300 fucking pound MMA fighter who's mean. And he always hurts everybody he gets into the ring with because he's a really sloppy wrestler. And that's why people like him. Because when he throws people around and they get hurt, he's really throwing people around and they're getting hurt because he's a mean bastard. And he knows they won't fire him because he's the only person that gives the company any credibility now. John Cena doesn't give the fucking company credibility. He just sells merchandise to little kids. They need someone to appeal to the adults. And Lesnar is the only one on the roster that appeals to the adults now. We've got other guys here and there who are kind of there. Like Seth Rollins, to me, seems like he's still marketed to children. Roman Reigns seems like he's marketed to children. Dean Ambrose, I don't know who the fuck they're marketing him to. And then we got weirdos like fucking Fandango and Adam Rose and Mr. Bo Leave. I can't remember what his name is.
But like,
and we got Wyatt, who's like the Diet Coke version of The Undertaker from back in the 90s, who just feuds with random people. His feuds are so random, it reminds me of Raven.
Remember what we said before? Bray Wyatt's role is kind of like a D20. You roll it and then you see what the fuck happens. If you roll a 1, he does a promo backstage. If you roll a 2 through 5, he cock blocks a champion. If it's a 6 through 10, it's fucking attack a former Shield member, and if it's a 10 through 15, it's fucking annoy John Cena, and at 15 through 20, it's fucking do absolutely nothing.
His feuds are so random. It makes me think of. Did you ever watch WCW, or were you strictly WWF?
I watched it when they had the war with each other, but I was more of a WWF fan.
So you never got to see when the NWO was new or Raven's Flock by any chance?
Oh, I saw that part through like television shit and everything.
That's what it reminds me of, because Raven's Flock and the NWO would just come out and fuck with everybody and anybody for no goddamn reason. They would just start feuding with somebody because fuck this guy. Just fuck this guy. Fuck him. Fuck Disco Inferno. Fuck him. And they'd go whoop Disco Inferno's ass for like a week or two, and then they'd like, you know what? Fuck Perry Saturn. Fuck him. We're gonna go kick Perry Saturn's ass. And then like sometimes they'd kick each other's asses. It was just so random and pointless that they existed only to be like a fuck finish device. And so many matches ended on fuck finishes because of their existence. Which is what keeps happening with Bray Wyatt. He keeps interfering in important matches, making these important matches not important, because Bray Wyatt's just going to come fuck it up for everybody. And then nothing's going to get resolved.
It's because the creative can't figure out a decent ending to any fucking storylines or feuds anymore, so they rely on the resident cock block to fucking ruin everything just to try and make shit interesting. But I mean, even with that stupidity and shit, it's like I can handle Bray Wyatt like being a cock blocker every so often, but the one thing that I don't get with what the company's doing, and I've been meaning to bitch about this before, is fucking Stardust.
Can I say one more thing on Bray Wyatt before you get on to Stardust?
Yeah.
Okay, the issue with Bray Wyatt is that he cockblocks all these matches, gets into these random feuds, which means that the feud that he interfered with does not get a resolution, and then he always loses. He always gets his fucking ass kicked, and he's supposed to be the face of fear. I will remove you from this world. But he always gets his ass kicked, so he's not intimidating. He's just like a clown, which goes into Stardust. Rant on Stardust.
All right, before I say anything about Stardust, if you've been watching for the last pay-per-view and shit, the only good thing they've actually done with Bray Wyatt in the past year and a half is have Luke Harper rejoin him and somewhat reform the Wyatt family, and he ended up beating Roman Reigns at the last pay-per-view. So, I mean,
I saw something about it, but I didn't see it happen. I haven't watched in a while. It's killed me.
He won against Roman Reigns at the last pay-per-view, and Luke Harper came out, helped him beat Roman Reigns, and they reformed the Wyatt family. I think the other guy's supposed to be rejoining him, but he's out with an injury right now. So,
well, that makes Roman Reigns look weak then, because he lost to a loser.
good. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Yeah, fuck him. But
Anyway.
okay, Stardust.
Okay, so if people have been watching wrestling, everybody knows Stardust is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is Goldust's brother. Goldust is the type of character who has always been fucking crazy. So for some fucking reason, WWE thought it was a good idea to give Cody a similar gimmick and have him be in a tag team with Goldust, and that character's name was Stardust. Yeah.
I disagree with that statement. They did not give him a similar character to Goldust. They give him a similar character to end of career Goldust, because Goldust, when he was tagging with Cody Rhodes, was just a guy in a gold suit with gold face paint. Goldust, the character, is a crazy sexually deviant transvestite who dresses up like movie characters and rubs himself.
I'm going to reword what I said then, okay? They put him as a PG era Goldust. If you're talking
I'm just trying to explain Goldust for people who didn't know who he was, because he was memorable. He was a very unique character, especially for the time. People were like, what the fuck is up with this guy?
By the way, your guys' camera keeps on fading, it like blurring in and out. So
Probably because there's two of us focusing on the screen.
all right, so go on.
No, continue. I just wanted to explain who Goldust was a little bit.
All right, so they put him in a tag team, which was cool for a while. They ended up winning the tag team championships, and then Cody Stardust went fucking apeshit crazy and attacked fucking Goldust, where they were supposed to have a match at WrestleMania. Something I was looking forward to.
Let me add to this too. The gimmick, the craziness was that Cody was losing himself into Stardust, like he was losing his mind and turning into Stardust. And Goldust was like, I'm not gonna let him fall into this. And you're sitting there like, but Goldust, you were never a crazy heel evil character. You were never absorbed by this. You were just a freak, and you loved being a freak, and we loved you being a freak. And you're also sitting there going, so you're going to get your little brother to stop dressing like a homo and putting on makeup while you yourself are dressing like a homo and putting on makeup. Whatever. Okay, continue.
Okay, so they were supposed to have a match at WrestleMania. That never happened. I was looking forward to that match. Now,
yeah, because they botched the end of a match.
Now, Goldust is nowhere to be found. Stardust is still floating around talking like a fucking loony out of the fucking crazy bit, and I'm having no idea. And I'm having no idea what the fuck is going on. What is the point of having Stardust now if this whole feud with Goldust isn't around?
My understanding, what happened was they botched the end of their match, the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. And this is evident by the promo they ran afterwards with Dusty Rhodes, which sucks that this was Dusty Rhodes' last appearance, where Stardust comes in acting like he just beat the ever-loving piss out of Goldust and that you're both dead to me. And then he leaves. But then, nothing. Now the only thing that has changed since then is now Stardust wears a cape. And it kind of makes him look like a cross between Kefka and Dr. Sinestro. No, not Doctor, like a comic book character. Mr. Sinister. He looks like fucking Mr. Sinister.
And now, apparently, he's attacking a wrestler by the name of Adrian Neville. And Adrian Neville is the guy who every time he goes to the ring has a superhero cape and shit. So it's like a fucking Batman versus fucking Riddler or Joker type shit, to where Adrian Neville's the fucking superhero and Stardust is a supervillain trying to get the hero to save the day and shit. And I'm just sitting here like, why are you still here? Go back to Cody. Goldust is gone. You have no point in being here right now.
Or bring in the hurricane and make this interesting.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, this whole thing with Stardust is not interesting. Adrian Neville is a good wrestler. He does really good in the ring. He actually nearly fucking beat Seth Rollins for the fucking WWE title last fucking Monday night because Seth held an open challenge for his title.
Yeah, but they keep fucking him and burying him and making him look weak. They do that to all the NXT wrestlers. That's why I don't watch NXT. Because I know once you get to the fucking main roster, it's all downhill. Unless they happen to be standing there while Vince is panicking because John hurt his fucking knee or something. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna? You, Seth Rollins, you want to be champion?
Speaking of fucking Monday night, though, and the whole match and everything, the only reason Neville lost that fucking match was because when he hit his finishing move, he got the 3 count, but when he went to do the pin and everything, he lifted Seth's feet up way too high to the point to where his foot ended up touching the rope. So he got the 3 count, but the ref overturned it because of Seth's foot biting on the rope. So Seth hit the pedigree and won. But the thing that made me really laugh about Monday was the fact that when Seth came out after the match before fighting John Cena and breaking his nose, throughout the whole entire night, during his promo, during the match, during the whole entire night, the crowd is chanting, "Thank you, Rollins," and "Fuck you, Cena," just throughout the whole entire fucking night. Just for Seth breaking Cena's nose.
I think we should move on to from wrestling because Sid hasn't had anything to say this whole time because he doesn't watch it.
Yeah, my interest in wrestling has slowly gone downhill, like since before all these events had happened.
He occasionally catches a pay-per-view over here, but that's about it. But the last thing I'd like to say is that I hate it that Seth Rollins' finisher is the pedigree. I hate that so much.
That just makes him a ripoff of Triple H.
No, Triple H. That means Triple H told him, "Yeah, you're my chosen boy. You get to use my finisher." I hate Triple H. He's turning into Vince.
I miss the curb stomp.
I do too. So what else is there to talk about?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. We addressed the other group. We addressed Hulk Hogan and other wrestling shit. I don't really have much else to fucking talk about. We could always pull up random fucking videos and shit if we don't really have anything and just
like
fucking
guns.
I have hunting. I have hunting.
No. You got to hand in your man card. What kind of an answer is to do you like guns? The answer is yes, sir, I do.
Well, I mean, it depends. Is the gun being pulled on me, or am I the one using the gun?
You're the one using it, dumbass. Yeah. Hey, man, how do you feel about having guns pulled on you?
I don't fucking like it at all.
Now you ask me.
How do you like guns pulled out on you?
Man, it fucking sucks. How do you like guns pulled on you?
Fucking hate it.
Yeah. Now let's talk about having the gun. Jesus. I found this post on 4chan. I don't know how legit this is, but according to the guy in the post, what he did was he took a 12-gauge shell, and you know how you can like refill and reuse shotgun shells? I'm asking you, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. He filled this shit with napalm, like globs of napalm. And he said that his intention was that if he shot squirrels, it would burn their fur off immediately. And he accidentally lit his forest on fire. And I really want to know if that's true. I also really want to know if it's possible to make a napalm shotgun round, because that sounds fun.
And if that actually happened, then I think that would actually be a fucking thing that the media would use to be like, people who own guns are stupid.
Well, a lot of people do.
You ever seen the show 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember that episode where the guy filled the shotgun with the cigarettes and everything and fired it at somebody and killed somebody with cigarette bullets, right?
What? I never heard that one before.
I'm gonna see. I'll see if it's on YouTube.
What did he do?
Okay, so he had a friend who he was a smoker. He had another friend who always bummed cigarettes off of him. So one day he got pissed off and pissed off at his friend for continuously asking him for a cigarette. So he got his shotgun out, emptied out the bullets, all that, cleaned it out, and all that shit, and then stuffed the shotgun with cigarettes instead of bullets. And asked his
Fired a fucking round full of cigarettes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that killed him?
Yep. I can pull up the video from YouTube if it's still up. I'm not sure.
No, I believe you. I don't need to see it. It's just, I didn't think that fucking cigarette butts would have enough. Yeah, enough mass, I guess. Not dense enough. But hey, if it happened, it happened. That's an unlucky move. I can't remember what band it is, but there's a band out there who the lead singer's final words were, "Don't worry, it's not loaded." That's a sucky way to go.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not loaded.
Bang!
The name of the death was called Smoking Kills.
Okay, wait. I know what I want to talk about. Joe Dirt 2 is the worst movie I've seen all year and in the past 5 years. It's worse than, well, wait, no, because I've been trying to decide, is it worse than Jack and Jill, and is it worse than fucking Dumb and Dumber 2? Because those are definitely the 3 worst movies I've seen in 5 years.
I haven't seen Dumb and Dumber 2. I've seen Jack and Jill, and I have no desire to see Joe Dirt 2 because I didn't really ever like Joe Dirt 1. But
I loved Joe Dirt 1. I thought it was fucking great. But it has none of the charm, none of the joy. It's a fucking time travel movie. It's like The Wizard of Oz meets Back to the Future meets A Wonderful Life all mashed together with Joe Dirt. And he's got magic ruby biker boots. And he's being chased by bikers. And the one that's really chasing him is the guy who does Joe Swanson's voice on Family Guy. You know that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And it's fucking stupid. And like, there's whole scenes that are basically just recreations of scenes from the first one, only not as funny. There's parts of it where like they could have done something with it and made it reference the movie, but just missed an obvious opportunity. There's a character in it who I guess they couldn't get Kid Rock for this movie, so they just wrote a character with a different name, and it's the exact same character with all the exact same motivations. Just not Kid Rock. It sucked. It's fucking 0 out of 0.
Me, I haven't seen Joe Dirt 2, but I love the original Joe Dirt movie, but I'll take your word for it.
so you're ranking it a 0 out of 0. So you're telling me that The Human Centipede Part 3 is a better quality movie?
Yes, I am saying The Human Centipede Part 3 was considerably more entertaining than Joe Dirt 2. I was way more entertained watching The Human Centipede 3. I swear to God.
And
I
you
look
fucking-
back on moments from that movie, and I do think they are genuinely fucking funny. And I have had a desire to actually sit and watch it again. Joe Dirt 2, I would rather get a fucking lamp shoved up my ass and kicked down a fucking hill and have my fucking asshole pulled out like the kid in my story than ever see this piece of shit ever again. It's a tie. It's a 3-way tie between those 3 movies. They're all that bad. Jack and Jill was just annoying. Dumb and Dumber was depressing. And Joe Dirt 2 just pissed me off. So, fuck you, David Spade. Fuck you, Adam Sandler. Fuck you, Jim Carrey. Fuck you, Jeff Daniels.
See, this is why they shouldn't wait for years and years to capitalize on a movie's popularity and shit. If they would have done it sooner and shit, and where they were younger and they had like fresh material, I think it might have turned out better. But the fact that they waited how many fucking years for a fucking Dumb and Dumber sequel and how many fucking years for a Joe Dirt sequel is probably one of the things that killed it.
Dumb and Dumber came out in like 1994, I think. So they waited about 22 years.
Yeah, that's something you don't do with a movie popularity if you're planning on making a sequel.
Joe Dirt, I think, came out in like 2001.
So did you get that movie downloaded then?
Oh, yeah, that's been finished since before we began.
Now, on the waiting years and years for sequels, Star Wars, well, it's a they're prequels, but the Star Wars prequels did pretty good.
Yeah, but everybody hates them now.
I like the Star Wars prequels. I don't know why.
What?
Yeah, I like the Star Wars prequels.
Ugh, get away from me, you fucking parasites. How can you like those movies?
I mean, I didn't like fucking Jar Jar Binks, if that's a plus. I just didn't really have a fucking problem with the movies.
Jar Jar Binks is like the last thing that's wrong with those movies. Everything is wrong with those movies. Just Jar Jar is one of those things on the list. I think the new ones are going to be worse, though. I don't know. I just
episode 2. I didn't like episode 2.
Episode 2 was bad. The acting was bad from everybody in the movie.
Okay, I'm going to rephrase this. I liked episode 3. Episode 1 I only liked because of Darth Maul, because of the whole dual-wielding fucking lightsaber shit, and he was a badass. Episode 3 was good, in my opinion, because it finished up the story and explained what the fuck happened to Vader and shit. Episode 2 was fucking pointless.
I think everybody can pretty much agree that 3 was the best one, if there's a best one. But most people think that the first one is the worst one because Darth Maul is all it has going for it. Aside from that, the movie is very boring. There's a lot of Jar Jar and Jar Jar people. And there's that fucking little kid playing Anakin. There's the pod race scene, I guess, but that's just, I don't know.
Playing Anakin. Didn't he get arrested a while back for fucking drunk driving and shit?
Yeah, drunk driving and speeding.
I guess he wanted to try pod racing.
Now this is pod racing.
But I actually liked Qui-Gon Jinn for the first one too.
I didn't like Qui-Gon Jinn because he was pointless. He existed for one movie. We never really got to know him. The only thing we knew about him was that he didn't seem to like to follow the rules of the Jedi, and then he died. And he didn't have any real influence on the rest of the series at all. They throw in that line in the third one, Qui-Gon is the one who figured out how to turn into ghosts when you die. Really? Can we ask him? No. No, we're too busy explaining why C-3PO doesn't remember anything. Still doesn't explain. R2 doesn't.
The only impact Qui-Gon has on the Star Wars franchise is if you count the whole shit outside the fucking movies, like the comic books and shit like that. But, I mean, unless they actually turn that into a movie that has about as much impact as me having to take a shit right now. But that's just...
Have I ever told you what my theory was on the movies before they came out?
No.
Everybody and their mother hates the whole midichlorians thing. The fact that the Force is like bacteria in your cells. And I thought that was stupid too, but when I heard it, I thought, okay, I think I know where they're going with this. There's supposed to be something that happens called the Clone Wars. So what's going to happen is the Emperor is going to start kidnapping Jedi. Since your fucking Force power is DNA based, he's going to fucking clone these Jedi and train them to be evil Sith. And he's going to kill the originals. And there's going to be a whole fuck ton of really evil clone Jedi. And they're going to have, like, stormtroopers. And that's where the stormtroopers are going to come from. And that's why they call it the Clone Wars. And that's going to be how all the Jedi got wiped out, because they were fighting against fucking identical copies of themselves, and it just didn't work out for either side. But no, the Clone Wars was actually named after the kind of troopers the Republic used. That's like calling World War II the Stormtrooper War. Or like, I don't know, the Battle of Thermopylae, the Battle of Phalanx. I don't know, doesn't that seem like such a cooler idea to you? An evil Yoda,
Yeah.
an evil Obi-Wan appears, an evil Anakin. Like, maybe it'll turn out that they could have thrown in a huge plot twist there. They could
Have you
have put
heard the theory to? Have you heard the fan theory to where the Empire was actually the good guys and shit, trying to fucking prevent some future cataclysmic event?
No,
Because
sure there is a theory like that.
the theory spans off of not only from the movies but the after effects of the movies. It's probably going to be explained if they continue the whole Luke. It's probably going to be explained more within the new movies, but in the books, there's an enemy that the Emperor Palpatine first saw in the future, and his explanation for building the Death Star was to protect
Those are the main ones.
the universe from unforeseen events that he foresaw from events that he saw in the future from an invading alien race. So the fan theory is that Emperor wasn't exactly a bad person. He was just doing what was necessary to protect the galaxy from that invading race that eventually ended up coming in the future and wiping nearly 9/10 of the universe's population out of existence.
That, I don't know about that. The Emperor never seemed like he had any intention other than power.
I don't know. I can't really explain it too well. It's better if I were to just link it somewhere and shit for people to read up on. But I mean, I don't buy it either. I mean, it's a well thought out theory, building a Death Star to prevent some foreseen cataclysmic event and shit, and then having other people telling you, no, you can't do that. It's too fucking dangerous and shit and all. Right.
Have you heard the fan theory that the new Joker is Tim Drake?
Yep.
I'm gonna be pissed if they do that. That'd be fucking stupid. God, I'm gonna be so mad if they do that.
I want to see a fucking live action rendition of the Red Hood events, the part where they kill fucking Jason Todd and all that and comes back as Red Hood and shit. I'd like to see that as a live action movie. Just have a fucking Red Hood movie or a Bat movie.
Tim Drake?
No, Jared Leto's Joker.
Or Jared Leto's Joker. Yeah.
Some people are saying it's Tim Drake, and if it is, I'm gonna be fucking angry because that's stupid. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, nope, I lost it again. I didn't know the Deadpool trailer. Was the Deadpool trailer any different from the one that got leaked?
No, just better picture quality.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I bet Batman and Superman and Suicide Squad, I bet one of them leaks online before its theatrical release.
I'm going to laugh if it does, just because I want to see how pissed off Warner Brothers get, because they threw a fucking hissy fit over that.
Yes, they did, and that's why I think it's going to happen, because they've made themselves targets by doing that. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Suicide Squad that leaks, not Batman versus Superman. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong about both of them. I don't know. But When companies do shit like that, they make themselves the targets of hackers. Like when EA said that they were going to make SimCity 5, I think it was, unpiratable, or maybe it was Spore. And the next day, it became the most pirated game of all time. Like, they instantly figured out how to get around their DRM. Because there's always a way around. As long as you have a fucking computer and you know what you're doing, you can always make the game do what you want it to do. That's why PC gaming is the master race.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna slowly get into PC gaming. I'm really liking Steam.
Yes, Steam is wonderful. Mods are wonderful. If you ever get Skyrim, download the Nexus Mod Manager and just have fun.
I'm totally gonna do the Macho Man fucking dragon.
Where the Macho Man is coming from? Yeah, yeah. It's fucking awesome.
Speaking of random Steam games, did anybody see that video I posted in the wrestling group about the John Cena dating fucking thing or whatever the fuck that was?
I saw it, but I didn't click it because I didn't want to have a simulation of dating John Cena playing in front of me. Every day you got to look at that monkey face thrusting towards you.
That's just proof you can find literally about anything through Steam and shit, so.
I'm really liking finding a lot of old DOS games on Steam, like from my childhood, like Doom, Wolfenstein 3D.
I think they should make a high definition 3D first person perspective serial killer simulator.
That'd probably sell well just from the controversy alone.
It would. Like, but a detailed game, like stalking people, getting into their house, kidnapping them, torturing them, killing them, hiding the bodies, destroying evidence, shit like that. And they should call it like Happy Fun Time. Rated AO. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 pissed me off. I'm pissed. I'm actually pissed this time. Because 4 games, and I still don't get the answer I want. And this time, it was about something that I did not give a flying fuck about. I did not give a shit. In the first game, they mentioned that somebody had at one point been shaken in the head by one of the animatronics, and they lost their frontal lobe. I did not give one half a fuck about what happened in that situation. I don't care. Someone got bit by an animatronic. That sounds like something that could happen in real life. It's so fucking inane. But he made a whole game based around it. So we now know for certain that it was a little child who got stuffed in the fucking mouth of Golden Freddy and it bit him. The end. By the way, who is the killer of the children? You don't need to know. He's the purple guy.
So they literally used number 4 and explained absolutely nothing that people wanted to find out from the previous 3.
Yeah. Nothing. And if anything, it's created plot holes because the only date given in the game is 1983, and it's always been called the Bite of 87. So what? There's 2 bites now. Why? Who cares? Who is the killer? That is the interesting part of this story. There is a guy murdering children who are possessing animatronics and fucking killing people. That's what we want the explanation to. Not who bit somebody in 1987. Sorry, I'm just frustrated.
Oh, speaking of games, I gotta get a hold of Cody so I can get one of his PS3 controllers so I can start playing one of
His
my games.
PS3 controllers are here.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, there's one right there.
Oh, cool.
Just get a hold of him, ask him if you can buy one, see how much he wants. He'll probably sell you one. His PS3 is broken, so he's not using them.
Because I want to try to play This one DOS game I've been playing just said it's 6 Degree of Freedom game.
You're probably not going to be able to use the controller with a DOS game.
There's people that are able to map it with like X pattern and everything to map it like an old joystick.
Oh, well, you might be able to.
It'll probably take a download or two in order to get the buttons. Like maybe I'll have to use something to translate the controller into keyboard controls.
So you like, Ark, you like horror games, right? Like,
I like good horror games.
if you want a good horror game for PS3, I'd recommend checking out Evil Within. It's actually a really, really good fucking game.
I think I've heard of it. My ex-girlfriend showed me Fatal Frame. That was pretty cool.
Haven't seen or played that.
It's a Japanese horror game where, like, you can't fight. You fight the ghosts that are chasing you with a camera. It's like a soul capture camera or something like that. I don't really remember. I just remember she really liked it.
The way I see Evil Within is kind of a mixture of the Resident Evil games back when they were good before they started to like die down, dumb down, and become complete crap. So like early Resident Evil games when the games were actually decently good and kind of like a fucking Left 4 Dead type feel or some shit like that.
Oh, that's you. I have a Popo is Love story to read. God damn it. It's a long one, too.
He sent you one. I sent you one, I think.
Oh,
Whichever-
really? Oh, my God. Oh, no, you both sent me the same one.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. God damn it.
I'll pull up the sad music.
Yes, we need some Moonlight Sonata to set the mood. Can I ever say that, please?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna need it too.
Have you ever heard one of these?
No.
Oh, wow. Have you read one of mine?
No.
You've never read one of mine?
No.
Maybe I should read one of mine, too. Maybe I should read all three of mine. All three of mine are about the length of one of Kareem's.
Whatever works for you. I'm pulling up the music. So.
Recently discovered an international criminal organization with an atom bomb. The plot is get you in there and rest is up.
Okay.
I was 13.
Fucking internet thing crashed. It's fine. I got it on my fucking history. I was trying to click on the Facebook page and shit.
You ready?
Yes,
I'm a fucking whore. I hate advertisements.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not. Shut the fuck up.
Install ad block. Fuck those people in their fucking needs for ad revenue.
I kind of have to have it on because I
Turn it
use
down
it.
for a little bit.
Turn it down?
Yeah.
Alright.
I was 13 years old. It was the first day of high school, and I was very nervous. I found my locker after the orientation. I see a bunch of trolls. I begin to walk quickly towards the nearest bathroom, but then I notice I'm being followed by the trolls. Well, it seems as though you're a little lost, says troll number one as he walks toward me. I feel very intimidated. Popo, please help me, I call out. But the trolls laugh at me. Popo, are you retarded, kids? Troll number two asks me. Suddenly, I notice the scent of weed. Isn't this the one I read last week?
No.
Okay. The trolls are unaware that of the pecking order that is about to occur, or the pecking that is about to occur. Popo doesn't teach. Wait. Okay. Popo doesn't teach shit. I would fucking destroy Popo. Troll number two scolds as I never visited all of them.
What's going on?
I got brought some food. That shit. Nice presentation and everything. But okay, let's finish this shit. Ah! I'm good. I'm just fat. Anyway. Troll number 2 scolds as troll number 3 laughs and calls me a baby. A strong genie-powering voice thunders throughout the entire restroom, and the door bursts open. It's Popo. Popo bursts out of the door and sheds his clothing, exposing his genie penis. Popo grabs the 3 trolls and mashes them into one big ball, taking on the shape of a large Dragon Ball. Popo tosses the troll ball out the window. The screaming of the children can be heard from outside. Popo turns to me and I just can't resist anymore. I can't let him down. I collapse onto my hands and knees, offering myself to Popo. His genie cock tears my mouth open as Popo lets out a mighty genie roar as he fills me to the brim with his pungent, musky love. My eyes are filling with tears. Tears of joy, tears of satisfaction. I pass onto the bathroom floor. I awake in the nurse's office covered in plenty of musky fluids. I went on to graduate high school and receive a scholarship in a prestigious university. Thank you, Popo. Popo is love. Popo is life.
I question Creep's sanity sometimes.
Okay, now I'm gonna read one of mine.
Okay, I only have one thing to say about that. What the fuck did I just share?
Wait till you hear this one.
Oh boy.
I'd like to think I'm more fucked up than Kareem, so wait till you hear this one.
Alright, lay it on me.
Alright. I was a ripe old age of 10 years old. I spent all of my time watching DBZ Kai on 4Kids. I felt my first rush of homosexual love when I saw the blue genie Popo. He was magnificent. His large round body and thick red lips made me feel urges and needs I had not yet come to know. All of the other boys in school were getting hairy, but not me. I would dream of Popo every night and yell to him, "Use your genie magic and give me pubes!" But I'd wake to nothing but sticky sheets and a feeling of needing to shit. One night I dreamed of Popo. He was different. He was black. I stared into his lidless eyes as they pierced my soul in return. I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. I couldn't even think. I was totally hypnotized by these bright, staring satellites of white in a black void of genie power. He said to me, "This is my true form, maggot. Tomorrow, Popo's going to teach you the pecking order. Prepare your body, because I'm coming for you." With that, I awoke. I felt down in my groin and felt sudden elation. My first pube! I ran to the bathroom to have my morning piss and to examine my new short and curly trophy of manhood. But to my distress, I began pissing out of what I had recently thought was my first pube. Total bummer, man. I sat down and turned on Dragon Ball Z Kai and gazed at my blue genie's magnificence. I felt myself draw closer to the TV as my tongue came out to meet his wonderful genie glory. My tongue met the glass of the television box, and a thick, warm drip of saliva jumped off its end, right to where Popo would keep his genie girth. What the fuck is that noise?
What's up?
I've been hearing this weird... What is that fucking weird squeaking noise?
It's on the camera. I think it's probably feedback.
Oh, driving me insane. Anyway, back to the story. Without warning, a hand comes onto my shoulder, and I smelled the scent of what I would learn later as marijuana. I turned and gazed at what was before me. It was Popo. It was the Popo of my dreams. His black skin seemed to drain away the morning sun, and as he stood there powerful before me, his pants raising away from his body as if they were a man. It's getting so loud. Can you even hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Where was I?
As if they were a main.
As if they were a main tent at the local circus. I realized that he was far away from me, and that his pants were stretching so far from his body that I was seeing an illusion, for he was much larger than even his mighty genie wand would be able to tell from a distance. He turned left and knocked me to the ground with his throbbing genie injection apparatus, and my head hit the ground. I'm crying now, and he is laughing at me. Time to make you a man, maggot. His hand grabs me by my shoulders, and my clothing burns away with a heatless flame from his genie powers. Before I even have a second to understand the situation, I feel a powerful honey-baked ham-textured orb penetrate my anus. My asshole rips and tears at the bottom and top, so badly that my balls come out of their sack and dangle there by their connections. I realize to my horror that I'm not even halfway done with this as he drives his vein-covered meat shank of love deeper into my aching bowels. A sensation similar to being kicked in the stomach overcomes me as I feel what seems to be two large coconuts slamming into the back of my butt and legs. With one mighty thrust, I feel the mighty log of meat and popo reach my lungs, making me wheeze out the sound of a squeaky toy. Popo laughs an insane laugh and pulls out, only to thrust into me again, producing the squeaky toy noise yet again. He begins to do this very fast as my whole body screams with pleasure. I want him to wreck my guts. He shoves his genie hood into me as deep as it can go and begins to piston my guts and lungs. He leans over into my ear and begins to whisper, "Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy." My body quivers as his weed rank breath enters my nostrils. I feel swelling inside my butt, guts, and at the bottom of my lung. Oh God, his genie's magic wand is beginning to grow. Without knowing what the sensation I'm feeling is, my whole body shudders and twitches, and I feel Popo release his hot genie love Tabasco into my bowels. I feel his mighty anal shank go softer and softer, and it falls out of me with the sound of my father slurping an oyster out of its shell. I fall to the ground, frozen in shock. Popo stares at me. "Now you're a real man," and melts into my floor. I stay there frozen for a few moments and then gaze down at my crotch. I have a full jungle of black and amazing vegetation on my garden patch of manhood. I feel the silky, soft hairs that reach all the way down to my inner thighs. I follow it all the way up past my belly button, and with a rush of satisfaction, I run to the bathroom and look in the mirror. Popo's love nectar still trailing down my legs and my prolapsed hindquarters, which now drag on the ground behind me like a tail. I gaze in the mirror and tears of pure ecstasy run down my cheeks. I try for a few moments to say something, to say the perfect thing. I realize that only one thing comes to mind, is the only thing that needs to be said. Popo is love. Popo is life.
I don't know how to reply to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can see why there's an uproar about that.
I'm a lot more eloquent than I thought I was.
It's not so much how you write it, it's how you put it in tone.
Shit.
It's only gonna get worse. Like, I wrote the second one, and the second one ends with him realizing You'll find out next time I read the next one. Just know that he is kind of a cell creature, but instead of Cell's tail, he's got a prolapsed ass. His ultimate goal is to reach the maternity ward of the hospital he's in. I know, I'm fucked up.
I mean, you can already tell that if I've already sent all 3 stories to my roommate and he posted them, and now people are threatening to call the cops on him because they're afraid for his well-being.
Oh, they're pussies.
They're a bunch of kids. What do you expect?
On one.
Sure.
All right. Well,
How long have we been going on this?
I don't know.
I think like an hour.
What else y'all want to do? Yeah, I was thinking on one of these things, one of these days, since I could probably download a game or some shit that we all 3 could fucking play on here. We could probably just, well, no, not even download. We could probably just sit on one of these podcasts and just play a game while we fucking talk about shit.
Phantasmagoria 2.
So is Music
It's a-
Fridays?
It's a point and click game. Point and click games are good for a group of people.
So is Music Fridays going to be a thing for TFS Outlaws?
I believe so. I don't
I'm
see
in
any.
favor of it.
I mean, what I'm trying to do with this group is letting people post shit that the other group wouldn't let them fucking post. I mean, as long as it doesn't break the fucking rules. I mean, that's the biggest issue I had with everything was the fact that people were complaining about off-topic shit and everything, and 95% of the posts there are on topic, and
Well, I think Music Fridays is a good idea because, like, encouraging members to post their music that they like.
I just
Yeah.
want to encourage members to actually branch out and express themselves more than the confines of just anime and Dragon Ball Z in general.
Well, I think it would help people make friends because, you know, you find you already have a common thing. You like DBZ, that's why you're here. But maybe you see someone share a song that you really like and you decide, hey, this dude seems pretty cool. I'm going to message him and get to know him.
Or like how me and, what was it, Caleb? Caleb was, you know, interested about guns and all that. Me being a gun enthusiast, I'm able to answer quite a few questions for him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, I do think most of the content should be DBZ related because it is a DBZ group, but I don't think people should be afraid to, you know, kind of branch off a little bit and, you know, kind of, hey, these are my other interests, and find other people that have similar interests.
I think we should encourage Santiago to share his personal posts with the group because he's always finding really fucking neat science shit.
Yeah.
Like, he posts some of the most interesting shit out of anybody I know on Facebook.
Yep.
Also, like,
Speaking of the group, are we good with only 4 for now, or are we wanting to have at least one more so we can have an uneven number for voting purposes?
There's only 50 members. We don't need more admins.
Well, I was gonna
It's
say, like,
50.
the thing I was getting at is I think it's always good to have like a odd and uneven number. That way, if we ever have to vote on something, we'd always have like an ultimate deciding vote on a decision. Because with 4 people, if 2 people vote for it and 2 people vote against it, we're not ever going to come to any conclusion of what the fuck we're going to do.
Okay, good point. So, yeah, let's make it 5.
All right.
So-
Well,
so are we going to have to nominate another admin? Or?
I'll discuss it more with you in the group. We can look at the members and see who we think would fit well enough.
All right.
So,
But after that, we don't really need more until we get members, because right now it's only like 50 people, and it's all people we all know already.
Yeah.
So honestly, not a lot has changed from my perspective. It's still the same posts from the same people. I'm just not a member of the fucking other group now.
Mm.
And I'm not seeing all the same stupid shit shared all damn day. Some posts, my God, there's that one post on there that refuses to die. The one that says, like, all I hear at school is Leet, YOLO, Ebola, and Yeet, something. I don't know what the fuck it said.
The reason why that post isn't dying is because when that post was first made, Ivan and I started a game with each other to where we both agreed to refuse to delete said post until one of us either gives up on commenting on it or admits defeat. So basically, me and him are having a feud back and forth with each other to see whose will can outlast the others, and everybody else who commented previously on that post are now being constantly reminded that it exists. And so we commented on it once every fucking month just to piss other members off and shit.
The battle of egos.
Yeah.
You're going up against Ivan in an ego contest. Good luck, buddy.
I mean, he may have a fucking ego and shit, but I'm also the type of person who can be fucking relentless if I want to as well. So.
You know what I could picture Ivan being? One of those so rude, it's almost an SNL skit, like baristas. Or like the guy at GameStop, or just a clerk of some kind, and being insanely rude to all of them, talking down to all of them. I'm not even saying this in a negative light. I'm just saying I bet he could roast some people in public.
Yeah. I don't know. But I'm going to let you guys go for now because I got some YouTube recording to do. So I'm going to try and run down to the store and get something to eat and shit so I can do some of that.
Have your roommate read chapter 3.
I sent it to
there might be a chapter 4 by the end of the night. I don't know yet.
I sent all 3 chapters to my roommates through Hangouts and shit. Because every time you post one, I copy it to my phone, and then I've been pasting them all on one single thread on a notepad just so I have the full entire list of stories and shit one right after the other.
I've been saving them each in rich text documents. Yeah. So they won't be lost if something happens.
Then I'm gonna get a hold of Cody about that PS3 controller and see if I can't set it up for my game.
I think he's home. Might be.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
All right. Later, John.
Later.